fiercest injury I've ever gotten, so I gotta calm down. Mom, I wore a helmet. If I didn't wear a helmet, I'd probably be... You want me to go to jail?
For some reason, when you get a huge following online, you suddenly forget how to drive. At least that's what's happened for Jack Doherty, Fousey, and also MrBeast. As we have seen some huge crashes in cars, obviously. We're talking about Fousey, so you might be mistaken to think that this is a crash out, but no, he's just crashed his car again. And, with one of them being a Formula E car, one of them ending up in quite a serious shoulder injury, and another one being a rented Ferrari. So yeah, I'll let you draw the dots as to who did what, but we're gonna break it down today. So the first one we've got, of course, is Jack Doherty. Now, Jack Doherty is a moron. Like, there's no two ways about it. There's no other, nicer way of putting it. He will just do anything and everything to try and stay as relevant as possible or go as viral as possible. Even, crashing his McLaren, for example, and getting his cameraman who's blatantly bleeding from the head to ensure that he keeps filming it. He then gets his, dirt bike and crashes that at the start of the year. But let's not forget that he's just crashed his dirt bike once again in a public petrol station. I mean, that is absolutely bonkers, isn't it? Like, he shows footage on his most recent vlog over on his YouTube channel of him, managing to attempt this jump 22 times, of which 21 times he succeeds. You'd probably think, yeah, that's probably enough. But no, for Jack Doherty, that's not enough. So one time was way too many for this douchebag, as he then falls off after hitting the wheel and clocking the top, and basically breaks his collarbone. I'm not gonna lie to you, the internet's initial reaction to this was, well, he deserved it. And, I would never wish to see harm upon anyone, especially not upon their career, but he kind of deserved it. And then also, people were like, well, I don't necessarily believe him because he's not got a great track record of being honest. But he has shown footage in his vlog of the X-ray scan, and it looks kind of broken to me. But he made a whole song and dance of it, obviously made an entire 16-minute YouTube video of, oh, I broke my collarbone. And he titled it, quite aptly, I Almost Died, because nothing screams views and clickbait like a title like that. But, it was down to his own stupidity. People would probably have sympathy for him if, he wound someone up in public and they finally clocked him. But no, he was, being stupid with his dirt bike, fell off and broke his shoulder or collarbone. I don't know what else to say to you. Like, that's just it. But it's one of those things where Jack Doherty, just being Jack Doherty, doing Jack Doherty things, ended up with him with a broken collarbone. But it's got nothing on MrBeast's crash that happened a couple of days ago over in Miami. So you may have seen it. Formula E has invited a bunch of different people like MrBeast over to collaborate with the Miami circuit. And the whole idea with it was to kind of, build up some hype and generate some excitement. And for MrBeast, this is a huge opportunity, right? Who gets to drive a Formula car every day? Not us. So we get to see MrBeast do it. Now, he got to go out on the track and enjoy, driving this supercar around the track until the second lap when he ended up crashing it. Now, obviously, this wasn't an awful crash. It wasn't life-threatening. He didn't die. Fortunately, there was absolutely no one injured off the back of this, which is, thankfully amazing. But, it's one of those things where with Formula cars, I don't really watch too much Formula 1 or whatever, but I know they're very sensitive cars. Too much throttle on the turn and you are going to spin out, and that's exactly what happened to MrBeast. But I have no doubt that this caused a tremendous amount of damage, and the car is apparently valued valued at over $1 million. I mean, I don't know who's going to have to fit the bill. I doubt it'll be him, but you can imagine, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if whoever owned the car came knocking and was like, yeah, you owe us for this bill, and MrBeast just being like, MrBeast, okay, here you go. But yeah, like I say, fortunately no one was injured from this crash, no one hurt, no one died, which is all great stuff. I mean, it's very entertaining to see, you know, because it was reported earlier on that this crash had taken place, but no one knew for certain if this was actually legit until the footage came out, watching MrBeast just completely spin out. And from his POV, it looked pretty daunting. It wasn't that bad. But then there was also this footage of MrBeast just kind of laughing it off after he got collected from the track.
All right. I did the thing. I was like, okay, we're just going straight. And now we're not.
Now for the last crash, we've got our boy Fousey. Now, obviously, nothing screams Fousey like either a crash out or a car crash. Alright, he's had that many car crashes and crash outs this year, it's hard to keep a tally of what he's like stacked up the most of. Obviously, he had a brand new Lamborghini that he crashed within the first like couple of days of owning it. But then he went over to Dubai, right, to live it up. You know, the holiday that he went on where he went out with $2 million and came back with $2 grand, if you can believe it. I don't know. But, you know, he went out with a fat stack, came back with nothing, and now he's complaining about being broke. But that's not the topic of today's video, as we're going to be talking about the crash. So when he was over in Dubai, he was living it up, living a very lavish lifestyle. And he rented a Ferrari. Now, this Ferrari was valued at $500,000 US. So it was not a cheap piece of kit. But the car itself ended up getting crashed within the first couple of minutes of Fousey having it, because of course it did. I mean, we've seen that many crashes with Fousey. You've got to start to wonder, is it actually worth Fousey even, like, you know, streaming whilst driving? Because he can't do two things at once. He can't stream and drive, because every time he streams, he crashes, and every time he crashes, he's streaming. So, yeah. Unless he's just an absolutely awful driver, and there's so many other crashes that we've seen off camera. But yeah, it's been a contention for like crash of the week this week. But, you know, you got to give it to Fousey. He's probably done the most damage. I mean, you've probably got to give it to Jack Doherty. I mean, yeah, like, he crashed his dirt bike, ended up breaking a collarbone. I mean, Fousey's, you can probably, like, you know, just brush it off. With MrBeast, you know, it's a Ferrari car. He's not a Ferrari driver, so you come to expect it. But with Jack Doherty, it was his own stupidity that ended him in the shit. But what do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on all of this down in the comments below. While you're down there, jump to get the hell out of the like button, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.